2 weeks ago, we released a document that was never supposed to leave the highlands of Ethiopia. Over 1,800 of you saw the evidence. You saw the burnt page. You saw the history they tried to delete. But here is what we didn't tell you. That video was just the surface. Since its publication, we have received new data scans from the Simeon Mountains. And this time, we aren't looking at a prayer book. We are looking at a blueprint. Most people think of Ethiopia as just another country in Africa. But looking at the data, looking at the anomalies in the historical record, it becomes clear that Ethiopia is not a country. It is a vault. Why did the Nazis send expeditions there in the 1930s? Why did the Vatican spend centuries trying to infiltrate the Orthodox Church of Aksum? And why does the CIA monitor the region around the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion to this day? They aren't looking for gold. They aren't looking for oil. They are looking for a device described in the forbidden Book of Enoch as a machine that could alter the vibration of matter itself. Today, we are opening the second page. If you thought the 40-day protocol was shocking, wait until you see what they were building inside the temple. Welcome to the investigation. Let's start with the physical evidence. Physics is the only witness that cannot lie. Deep in the Abba Garima Monastery, located in the Tigray region, there are 2 gospel books. The monks claim they were written in a single day by a saint in the year 494 AD. For decades, Western historians laughed at this. They said the books were from the 11th century, too well preserved, too advanced. But in 2010, the University of Oxford was finally allowed to carbon date fragments of the parchment. The results sent a shockwave through the archaeological community. The books were indeed from the 4th or 5th century. They are the oldest illustrated Christian manuscripts on Earth. But that's not the anomaly. The anomaly is the ink. Look at these images. The colors are vivid, bright blues, burning reds, deep golds. After 1,600 years, organic ink should have faded. It should have turned brown. It should have been eaten by oxidation. But when we analyze the spectral signature of the pigments used in the Garima Gospels, we find traces of heavy metals that shouldn't have been processable in the 5th century. The gold leaf isn't just painted on, it is bonded to the vellum at a molecular level. The monks say the saint used a heavenly light to write the book. But when we run that description through our analytical lens, heavenly light sounds a lot like laser etching or high thermal bonding. Why does this matter? Because if they had the technology to preserve data for 2,000 years without decay, what else did they preserve? What kind of information requires a storage medium that is immune to time? History tells us that in 1935, Benito Mussolini invaded Ethiopia to expand the Italian Empire. We are told it was about territory, colonialism. But if you look at the manifest of the Italian army, strange details emerge. Embedded with the military units were teams of archaeologists and Vatican observers. Their primary target wasn't the capital city, it was Aksum, the holy city, and specifically the giant granite obelisks known as stelae. In 1937, on Mussolini's personal orders, the largest of these obelisks, 160 tons of solid granite, was dismantled, crated, and shipped to Rome. Why? Why spend millions of lira and precious logistical resources during a war to steal a rock? Let's look at the engineering of the Obelisk of Aksum. It is carved with false doors and false windows. It looks like a skyscraper, but geologists have noted that the granite from Aksum has a dangerously high quartz content. It is piezoelectric. Piezoelectricity is the ability of a material to generate an electric charge in response to mechanical stress. If you vibrate these obelisks at the right frequency, they don't just stand there, they transmit. Our theory is that Mussolini and the Vatican weren't stealing art, they were dismantling a grid. They took the receiver to Rome to study it, to see if they could turn it back on. But they missed the power source, because the power source wasn't in the stone. It was hidden in the text that the monks refused to surrender. This brings us back to the second page we uncovered this week. It comes from the Ethiopian version of the Book of Enoch. For those who don't know, the Book of Enoch was removed from the Bible by the Council of Nicaea. They burned it in Europe. They banned it in Rome. But in Ethiopia, they kept it. They consider it canon. Why was it banned? Because Enoch doesn't talk about forgiveness or sin. He talks about observers, the watchers, and he gives detailed technical descriptions of their technology. When we feed the original Ge'ez text of Enoch chapter 72 through an AI translator trained on technical engineering manuals, not religious poetry, the results are terrifying. Enoch describes the chariot of heaven not as a mystical carriage, but as a structure with wheels within wheels that burn with a cold fire. He describes crystals that regulate the seasons. He describes a portal that acts as a gate for the stars. The second page we are analyzing today contains a diagram. To the untrained eye, it looks like religious iconography. But if you overlay it with a modern circuit diagram of a toroidal coil, the match is 98%. The Ark of the Covenant, which the Ethiopians claim to hold in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, fits the dimensions of a capacitor bank perfectly. Gold inside, wood in the middle, gold outside. That is not a chest. That is a high-voltage battery. The monks aren't guarding a box of stone tablets. They are guarding a reactor core, a remnant of a civilization that didn't need fossil fuels because they understood the geometry of the vacuum. So, we have the device, the Ark. We have the antenna, the obelisks. But how do you turn it on? This is where the 40-day protocol from our last video connects to the bigger picture. The Ethiopian liturgy, the songs the monks have been singing for 1,700 years, are not random. They are isochronic tones. We analyze the audio spectrum of a secret recording from inside the chapel of the tablet. The monks chant at a fundamental frequency that creates a beat pattern. Do you know what that pattern creates? 7.83 Hertz. We keep coming back to this number, the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of the earth. The monks are acting as a biological tuning fork. Our hypothesis is this: the ancient technology hidden in Ethiopia wasn't voice activated, it was resonance activated. You couldn't steal the Ark and use it in Rome because you didn't have the code. The code isn't a password. It's a vibration generated by human consciousness in a specific state of prayer. This explains why the Vatican failed. They had the machine, but they didn't have the software. And the software is the culture of Ethiopia itself. Why are we telling you this now? Because the silence is breaking. New satellite scans of the Tigray region show unusual thermal anomalies under the ground near these ancient sites. Someone is looking for the switch again. The story of the Ethiopian monks is not about the past. It is a warning about our future. We are living in a time where technology is becoming magic again, and the powers that be are desperate to control the narrative of where we came from. They erased the Book of Enoch. They tried to burn the Garima Gospels. They stole the obelisks. But they couldn't erase the frequency. We are now 56 people strong. We are the new Watchers. If you want to see the raw spectral analysis of the impossible ink and the circuit diagram hidden in the second page, check the link in the pinned comment. Do not let them edit history. Subscribe. Share this data. The investigation is far from over. The time